Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie. Today I've got some Christmas kits to share with you from Diamond Art Club's official Christmas release that happened a week or two ago. They released a bunch of Christmas kits, a few of which were must-haves for me. I was really thankful that I had a gift card to use, so I decided to pick up 3 diamond paintings here. Now, I feel like I can already hear some of you in the comments going, Katie, do we need to send out a wellness check? Because where's the Mrs. Butter D kit? The answer is that I had to draw a line somewhere. and these two were unquestionable must-haves for me, like favorite artwork even above the really adorable Mrs. Butter D artwork. And you know what? When it came down to it, I was just really more charmed by this Madie Arts than I was by the Mrs. Butter D kit. I don't know what it was. It just wasn't speaking to me on quite the same level, but probably all it's going to take is me seeing someone working on it, and that may change. So it's on my wish list to keep an eye out for later, but I am quite sure that some of my fabulous fellow YouTube diamond painting creators will have that one and be doing an unboxing soon. We didn't have official sneak peeks from this Christmas release, but I'm hoping that if there are any kits you were hoping to see unboxings of from this release, hopefully one of us will have, picked them up and we'll be doing a video for you. But anyway, what I'm going to do is go through each of these kits, and my thought is that I'm going to cover the basics as far as the toolkit, the main details of the features and stuff like that for just the first kit. What should we look at first? I think we're going to look at Clara and the Nutcracker first. So we'll start with this one, and for those of you that are new to Diamond Art Club, I'm going to cover all the here's what's on the box, it's the toolkit and stuff with that one. So if that's something you want to make sure that you don't miss, please stick around to watch at least that part of this one. Otherwise, feel free to skip ahead to whatever kits in particular you're really wanting to see most. But we're going to look at all these, and I do have in my head, I have one of these already in mind that I think I might want to work on this year, but I just need to see it in person to see for sure, do I think I want to go ahead and kit it up and plan to work on this year or not? So I'll keep you posted on how I'm feeling as we go. All right, that said, okay, let me move. By the way, the other ones we'll look at, this is Christmas Room by Marigona Suli, and then this is Cocoa Comfort by Madie Arts. She's just so cute, right? So, but we're going to start with Clara and the Nutcracker by Miss Holly, and there is just something about this artwork, you guys. It's so dark. You're not going to be able to see it super well from this printed render on here. But once we open this up, there will be a better look at this artwork on the sticker sheet inside. So I promise I'll get you a better look at this. But they do put the render on the box and everything here. And they did just recently update their boxes where now they actually do a separate sleeve insert that they put over the standard box as opposed to having the printing directly on the box. Now, I don't know about you, I'm a little bit worried about this sliding off. And so I'm going to see if I can get away with doing what I usually do with my Diamond Art Club kits, where I'm just going to use an X-Acto knife to just cut here to be able to open this, but mostly leave this plastic wrap on. And that will hopefully keep this in place. So that's my plan. Size-wise, this is a big one. This is the kit that I am thinking that I might want to work on. We're going to see how dark this looks, what the confetti situation is. But I need to decide quickly because this size, I'm going to need to start it right away. 88.9 by 65 centimeters, pretty big. It's going to have square drills, get the maximum amount of detail possible. This is one of those images that when it was in voting, I thought, that's a lot of detail. Are they going to be able to do it justice? And sometimes if they can't, then it won't actually get produced. But I think they try not to even put things in voting unless they feel like they can, make it as a diamond painting. Anyway, 66 colors, including 2 ABs and 5 fairy dust, 93,000-ish diamonds in this one. Here's some info about how to diamond paint. If you're a beginner, I'll have some beginner videos linked below, including one that covers the basics, basically diamond painting 101. You take a look for some demos and whatnot for how to diamond paint. Kit contents, we're going to go through all of that. And then bottom of the box, they do now put a sticker. I do wish they make it just a little bit bigger, like the artwork and stuff. so that you can tell what your kid is if they're laying on their side, which is what I usually do. Okay, so let's open this up, and I should have mentioned this up front. I forgot, but if you're new to Diamond Art Club and thinking of making your first purchase, I do have a 20% off discount code you can use. It's my name, Katie, Katie, and the number 20. It's an affiliate code, so I may make a small commission if you choose to use it. That said, there's no pressure, but thank you so much if you do. Let's see. Can I just pop this open? I usually can. Yeah, okay. So that's going to be my goal with these kits, is just like before, I'm going to try to just open it from the end, and that way I'm not going to have to worry about the sleeves slipping off, especially because I stack my canvases. That sleeve would come off so easily, I feel like. Especially when I'd go to pull one out. I'm just seeing that being a kind of an issue, but okay. Toolkit, again, this is the only kit we're really going to look at the toolkit for. And this is, like I said, for those of you that are new to this company and just don't know what other toolkits include, because different companies will include different things. I do think Diamond Art Club has some nice upgrades that a lot of other companies don't, which I really appreciate. Like, their pens are more ergonomic. They call it a twist and pick pen. It's got a little bit more to it, so it's more comfortable to hold. It comes preloaded with a clear wax, and you just twist it, and the wax will start coming out the end. So I just give it some good twists there. I can feel, I wonder if it's because the weather is getting a little colder here, but it takes a little bit more. Yeah, you can see the wax starting to come out the end there. Now, if you run out of the wax, it's already preloaded in there. They do give you some extra wax. What am I stuck on here? I got stuck in there. I was like, what is happening? Extra clear wax. They also give you some of their classic pink heart wax if you prefer that instead. The other end of the pen comes with a multi-placer, a 4-placer specifically. It is removable. Sometimes kind of hard to remove at first, but then they give you a 7-placer you can swap in. This also does fit their metal multi-placers, as long as you make sure you're getting the ones that you push in, not screw in, just FYI. You get some baggies, store some leftover diamonds in those, and then their trays are probably my favorite of their toolkit upgrades. They are much bigger than your standard diamond painting tray, which if you're a multi-placer like I am, it's a must. I love it a lot. It comes with a removable stopper and a sliding lid as well. So they're also stackable. They have these, this lid is like kind of fussy. It was kind of weird coming off too. There, I flipped it. That's a little bit better. Okay, not usually an issue with these, but oh well, there you have it. There's also cutouts here. If you have multiples of these, you can stack them. I just noticed Diamond Art Club just this week started selling packs of their plain white trays. It has like 5 or 6 of the large and 5 or 6 of the small, or well, there's like 4 of one, 6 of the other. I don't remember, but if you want lots of the trays to be able to kit up into, then you have that option. Let's see now what our treasure quest card is going to be. You know what? It's always the ones that I am really like sure I'm going to work on that I end up getting bronze. It's just the weirdest luck of the draw. So, okay, treasure quest cards. These have 2 purposes. They are pretty collectible. Little trading card thing going on here. They're also part of a secondary rewards program. Each of these cards has a rank. This one is bronze. There's bronze, silver, gold, and black. And if you get this same kit, yours might also be bronze. It's likely to be bronze. That's the most common. But it could be any of the others. Just because I got bronze doesn't mean you necessarily will. But once you get various combinations of these different ranks, you can redeem them for things like gift cards or a custom diamond painting. You scratch this off and there's a redemption code there, and you just go to the treasure quest card part of the website and put in those codes to redeem. The inside of this envelope has some helpful info. There's a VIP Facebook group link here. You can join that once you've made your first purchase. And then there is a link to their mobile app, which they do have a mobile app, and you can save 20% off your first purchase through the mobile app too, which is handy. Now, this is a set of stickers. Here is a look at the artwork that's a little bit better than the front of the box. So overall, this is darker in terms of colors. I mean, if you're looking at the way that it's, the room is dark and you just have the firelight, and a lot of it is just thrown into shadow from the angle. And so it is really stark in that way. And this is just so precious and cute. I love Miss Holly's artwork. She has a ton of pieces. I don't think usually with this particular character, but a lot of really cute wintry pieces. There was one that came out in the Christmas release, another one in addition to this one. I held off on because I have a couple of others that have a really similar setting and look to them that I felt like I didn't need this one too, but really, really pretty and Really pretty artwork. Here's a set of pre-cut sticker labels. You can use this when you go to kit up your project. You can put them onto storage containers or baggies. The code in the right-hand column is the DMC code. This comes from the DMC brand of floss, like in cross stitch. Most diamond painting companies use this color code system. Diamond Art Club puts their special drills at the end. Z is going to be fairy dust. AB is going to be AB. And then 6000s range colors, which there are several in this one. Those are actually not DMC codes. Those are codes that fill gaps in the DMC color code system. Diamond Art Club makes all their diamonds in-house, which means that they can do that. They can create colors that the DMC otherwise is lacking in, and it lets them match the original artwork a lot more closely, which I'm a big fan of. So love to see that. Okay, what are we looking at? This is the side. Let's see. What's my verdict going to be when I actually see this in person? Oh my gosh, the confetti is what my verdict is. Look how good this looks. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so pretty, you guys. Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh no. Oh no. Do I have this big of a project in me right now? Can I be 100% real with you right now? My whip right now, it's not a Diamond Art Club kit. I just talked about it in my whip and chat that went up a couple of days ago. It's not bringing me a lot of joy. It's kind of tedious. It's just... It's a slog is what it is. But the way that like I open this up and I'm like, this I feel like is what I want in my life. And right now, let's see, it's November 18th. Like I could start a Christmas kit this early. I could start this right now. The way I want to kit this up and just put my other whip to the side, like the way I just feel relief. Like the thought of that, and I just go, oh, that sounds like a wonderful idea. This looks so good, you guys. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I love this. Oh man, I love this a lot. Okay, I'm going to get you a close-up look at the different parts of this canvas momentarily. First, I want to take you on a tour of the features for my new to Diamond Art Club friends. So, canvas material. I do really like Diamond Art Club's canvas material a lot. It's really soft on the back, but really what I care about more is just that it lays flat well and it's nice to diamond paint on. It's got a nice weight to it. They use poured glue on their kits. That is not the stickiest I've seen their poured glue, but hopefully that's not going to give me any issues. Fingers crossed. They use a thick plastic cover. It's got perforated sections with lines to help you see where the edges are. The section sizes are like around 4 by 4 inches or 10 by 10 centimeters. And then we've got a legend at the top left. You'll see a legend at the bottom right. When you're working on a big canvas like this though, like I wouldn't even try to mess with the legends, because imagine you're working in the middle and having to like go over and look at the legend every time you switch colors. Just use the sticker labels that came with it. You can save so much time and effort that way. Bottom left, we've got a thumbnail, the title, the size, and copyright. So I'm always going to mention this because it's really important to me as a crafter, but Diamond Art Club legally licenses all their artwork from the artist. That means that Miss Holly is given permission for the use of this artwork by Diamond Art Club and is being compensated for it as well. And then we have a discount code in their socials. Follow their socials for updates like if they hypothetically have anything happening for Black Friday. Just saying. And then we have a bit of info about their lifetime warranty. Now, as long as you're the original owner and purchaser of your kit, you're covered under that lifetime warranty, which includes things like if you were to run out of a drill color, you can contact customer support and they will take you from there. Look at the detail. Look at the confetti. This is what scares me a tiny bit though, is like there's so much confetti on the floor and even the walls and the background. It's a lot. And some of you might look at this and go, I don't know, that's a lot of dark colors. This year has been the like surprise year for me, in that some of my favorite kits I've worked on this year have had really dark color palettes, which is unusual for me to find that to be my favorite kind of color scheme to be working with. But now I'm looking at this one and going, you know what? How fitting would it be? That's like, yeah, this one with the slightly darker color palette is totally what I'm being called for. Yeah, that looks good. Look, it's like almost really exaggerated features on their faces. I feel like part of it is the size point, but also you have this really stark lighting And like the Nutcracker, he's obviously gonna look like he's got those painted cheeks and stuff. But yeah, look at the background. There's like this slight pattern in that background there. So it's not just all color blocking. This looks so good. This looks really good, you guys. Oh my gosh. Should I drop everything and put my other whip on pause and just go ahead and kit this up? Here's my worry, is that if I put the other one on pause, am I ever going to even want to come back to it? That's the real problem. Okay, let's do just a really quick measurement. I just like to confirm we're true to size. So we're like 88 plus centimeters that way. We're listed as 88.9. And then this way we are at, I always like to double check. Great if I could keep my ruler, my measuring tape there. 65. Our list is for 65. So we're true to size. The render looks really good up close and far away. I like what I'm seeing a lot. Now let's talk about diamonds. So there's a sticker on here that tells you what kit these go with, and just look at our color spread. Yeah, darker colors for sure. I'm very curious to see what special drills we're gonna have. I have a hunch that there's not gonna be a ton of them, because when you have a darker color palette like this, and when like the setting is generally darker in terms of colors, I feel like you don't usually have a ton of really in-your-face special drills, but we shall see. So these are square drills. I do like Diamond Art Club squares a lot. I feel like they tend to be pretty consistent in size and shape. Some of the best quality squares that are on the market in my experience. And that really matters with square drills because of how they sit on the canvas. There's no real room for error, basically. Like if there are issues with drills that have tabs sticking off the side and stuff, then that can be a problem because there's not really space for square drills to have problems. They'll pop off the canvas if you try to place them. But Diamond Art Club squares tend to be, like I said, really nice quality, and I do like them a lot. Now you might notice these are not in a number order, like a DMC order. They are in order of weight, roughly, or amount of diamonds that are in this kit, just in case you were curious. For a second I was like, wait, do I feel a loose drill? I don't think so. Oh, there is one loose drill. Hopefully that's just one little straggler. I'm gonna keep an eye out. Yeah, just that one. So, oh no, there's a second one. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep a really close eye out then. That's a darker red, probably one of the ones we already had. Okay, anyway, I guess I'll just have to kit it up. Here's our first special drill. It's a fairy dust color. We have Z6012. Fairy dust diamonds have what looks like a fine glitter coating brushed on the top of them. It gives them a pearlescent sheen, and it's a subtle shimmer effect compared to ABs, which is the other special drill type we have in this kit. This is my favorite kind of special drill that Diamond Art Club has. I love the subtlety of them, and there's a lot of different ways that that kind of special drill can really work well in a painting and enhance it really well. So speaking of, here's our next special drill. Oh, that deep red Z321. That is a deep, dark red fairy dust diamond. I can't wait to see where that one goes. I love that. That's really pretty. And then we're getting into some colors we just have a little bit of. All right. And then I see our next special drill is Z3804. This one's a bright pink color. Where's that one? Okay. Yeah, that one definitely reads as more pink. And we are going to go through the canvas together. I will be sure to show you where these different special drills will be found. Here's Z3822. It's a pale yellow fairy dust. You can see that shimmery coating on there. Have yet to see an AB. But I see our next fairy dust, which is Z317. This is a dark gray fairy dust. Just the tiniest amount of this one, but darker fairy dust colors, you can really see that shimmery coating on. I think they look so nice. More eye-catching. And then here's our first AB we've seen so far. This is AB 3078. Now AB stands for Aurora Borealis. These ones get their name from the Northern Lights and have an iridescent coating on the top that's going to grab some of the colors of the drills around it. It's really going to draw your eye to the areas that it has been charted on the canvas. So that's our first AB color. I think we have a couple. We have just one more strand here. Let's take a peek and see. Yeah, I see another AB color. We have AB 5200, which is a white AB. This is like a classic AB color. You see this in a fair number of Diamond Art Club kits. It has like a really rainbowy iridescent effect on the top of it. It reflects a lot of colors. So, and that is the end. Now give me just a minute. I'm gonna take a really quick look off camera and find where these special drills go, because otherwise I'm gonna have you guys held captive here too long while I try to find them in a big kit like this. So I will be right back. All right, so these ones aren't too bad. They actually stand out decently well. So just to give you a quick refresher, we have a purple fairy dust, a pale yellow fairy dust. We have a deep red fairy dust along with kind of a pinkish fairy dust. We have a dark gray fairy dust, and then we have a white AB and a light yellow AB. So let's go through this kind of methodically together, and I can show you where each of these special drills is going to be found. So first things first, when you're looking at the tree, and really when you're looking at most of this artwork throughout, the white specks, the little white sparkles, some of them look kind of like magic motes, some of them are actual lights on the trees, but those white dots, whether it is these white dots on the trees or some of these, magic motes, little white spots, that is going to be our white AB all throughout this kit. There's also a little bit of the white AB at the top of this candle. And then in the candy canes here, is what would otherwise be like a true red color is actually that pink fairy dust color. It's in that, it's a darker color in the candy canes all up the tree. It's also surrounding the white AB in some of these sparkles. Like there's some of that dark pink AB here, or fairy dust. I'm sorry, fairy dust, pink fairy dust, not pink AB, pink fairy dust in the candy canes. There's also some of the pink fairy dust in, like a little bit here on this side of the ribbon, a little bit in here. And then if you look in the carpet, there's this kind of, it's not the brightest red color, but it's like the next brightest red color is the red fairy dust, that deep dark red fairy dust. That's all through the carpet down here. Then we have some of the light yellow fairy dust on the side of, is that I think it's a package, like a wrapped gift right there. And then in each of these little ornaments, like baubles hanging on the tree, there's a mix of, there's like 3 or 4 of the light yellow fairy dust and then 1 or 2 of the light yellow AB. And every single one of these hanging ornaments, there's the light yellow fairy dust and the light yellow AB color. The candy canes continue to have some of the pink fairy dust in them in those darker areas. And the star at the top of the tree, the white that's in the center, is going to be the white AB. And then again, the like magic motes and sparkles, those are all going to be white ABs as well. Moving over this way, the brightest red color just on the bottoms of these ribbons, like right here and right there, is going to be the red fairy dust, that dark red fairy dust, or some of the dark red fairy dust right here. There's a couple of the light yellow fairy dust right there. And then what is this purple bit right here? There's, I can't tell what this is right here, but there's some of the purple fairy dust right there, which is the first we're seeing of that particular color. In the Nutcracker's cap, there's some of the light yellow fairy dust. And then in the candles, the center of the candle flames are each going to be the light yellow fairy dust. And then the flame on the outside has some of that dark red fairy dust color. And then the white AB is this white line on the tops of each of those. In Clara's lips, there's a couple of the pink fairy dust, give a little extra shimmer. And then, probably not shocking to you, but that light purple fairy dust that we had quite a lot of is going to be all throughout her dress. It's like, it's this particular purple shade. And with the movement of her dress, you're just really going to get like lines of it, including in the top up here and on the sleeve, even in like the bow back here in her hair. So her dress is just going to have an overall shimmer to it that's going to be really pretty. In the glimpse of the flames back here, there's some of the light yellow fairy dust and a light yellow AB. And then that bright red you see is going to be that deep dark red fairy dust color. Let's move over to this side, and the one spot that I found that dark gray fairy dust. It's certainly possible that I've missed it elsewhere. I would guess that I probably missed some, but there wasn't a ton of it. The only spot I saw the dark gray fairy dust was in our cute little mice, right? Rats? I don't remember. I don't know my Nutcracker lore well enough. I'm like blanking. I saw it a couple of times, but it was when I was a kid. I just don't remember. But yes, some of the dark gray fairy dust and like the bottoms of their legs, they're wearing little coats. I can't totally tell. Anyway, that's where the dark gray fairy dust seems to be. And then these white magic motes. We have that white AB sprinkled throughout again. The side of this stocking that's hung here is that pink fairy dust. And then the side of the chair, this glow, is the dark red fairy dust. Let's keep checking. Is there anything really up here? Just the magic motes that are white ABs up in this corner, but otherwise we don't really have any special drills in this part of the canvas that I'm seeing anyway. The side of this stocking, that white right there, that white is white AB too. So those are the special drills in this kit. Like I said, totally possible that I've missed some. I just spotted some of the dark red fairy dust, a little bit like in her hair. There's a couple right there. There's a few over here, a few up here. I think that's gonna just give a little bit of shimmer to her hair in the firelight. But yeah, I like the understated special drills in this one. I think it's gonna work for this artwork really, really well. This is really, really, really pretty, you guys. Oh, you know what I just spotted? There's more mice at the top of the tree up there. And I see some dark gray fairy dust up there. Do you see them up there? That's so cute. I just noticed it now as I was glancing over it. That's precious. All right, you guys, what do you think? Do I need to work on this right away? Am I going to survive the size and the dark colors and the confetti? I just love it so much. It's so pretty. But what scares me is just some of the background colors and what's going on in the walls. But I feel like it could be worth it. But maybe I'm delusional. I don't know. Anyway, this is Clara and the Nutcracker by Miss Holly, and is 65 by 88.9 centimeters. It has 66 colors, square drills, lots of special drill colors, but it's not too overwhelming for the canvas. Yeah, so if you wouldn't mind, give me a moment to pack this away. I'm going to be back. We have 2 other kits to take a look at, and I got to decide which we're going to do next. So I will be right back. Let's get another big kit out of the way next. So we're going to next take a look at Christmas Room by Marigona Suli. This is even bigger than the last one, but you guys know I love me a kit that is chock full of details like this one, okay? I wonder if I'm going to open this up and be like, actually, I need to work on this one next, because give me like a cute girl reading in a room setting, and I'm a sucker for it. I just did Cozy Autumn, which has such similar vibes. Aria Illustrations does a similar kind of room style to Marigona Suli, and I'm a sucker for every single one of them. So this is why it's had to be a must-have. This one looks like it is so incredibly chock full of confetti, though, like even more than the last one. I'm a little scared. We're gonna see. 69.9 by 98.8 centimeters. We're talking a big one here. 78 colors, including, is that a typo? 2 AB, 1 fairy dust, and 4 fairy dust. I don't know that that's right. I think that one of these it's one. I bet it's one of something else. We'll know when we open it up. And I'll send them a quick message. Be like, hey, just an FYI. Same deal here, you guys, as far as what this kit is in the sleeve and the sticker on the bottom. So let's open it up. And let's see. I got to see what my treasure quest card is going to be. Now, I think this is the one that sold out the fastest. And if there are any kits we're looking at today that you missed out on and you're hoping to snag in a restock, I would highly recommend checking out the listings for each of these individual kits will be linked below. Go and check out the listing, add it to your wish list, and sign up for a back in stock email notification. I don't know this for a fact. I'm trying to remember if Diamond Art Club said this in the VIP group once. Hold on, this is like really not wanting to. Is it the plastic? Did I not cut the plastic all the way? I don't think I did. Found the problem. Hold on. Okay. I think they might look at things like how many people have hearted it or signed up for back in stock notifications to decide like what kits to do restocks of, but I don't know that for sure. but it can't hurt, right? Toolkit, we're not going to look at that. We already looked at it with the last kit, but we got to see what our treasure quest card is going to be and maybe take a look at what that special drill was that there was an error for. So, looks like another bronze card. And, yep, bronze. The very first like couple rounds of kits they did with treasure quest cards, they didn't write the rank on here. You just had to be able to tell from like the graphic style on these and the color, but I appreciate that they added that in. Here's a good look at the original artwork. How cozy is this one? Those cozy neutrals. So many details. The dog kills me. So freaking cute. I can't even stand it. Okay. So, okay, it's an iridescent color. L is an iridescent diamond. So, 4 fairy dust, 1 iridescent, and 2 ABs. Oh, there's some like purples and other pretty colors in this one, but mostly we're talking about a neutral color palette. 78 colors. That's a good amount of colors. Let's open up this canvas and see how this looks in person. Let's see. I'm so curious to hear from you guys in the comments which kits you picked up for the Christmas drop, if you grabbed any, or if you were sticking to a budget and go, nope, I got plenty from last year's drop. Holy confetti, Batman. Yeah, wow. But look at those details. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, are the iridescent diamonds going to be in the string lights, I wonder? Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Oh man. This would be a really fun one to work on too, but I wouldn't have time to do this one and Clara and the Nutcracker. There's just no way. This looks incredible. Holy cow. Are you guys, if you want, hold on, actually hold that thought. I'm going to show you little bits of this. Look at the big fluffy dog. Oh my goodness. So cute. There's a lot happening in here. I am digging the vintage vibes. Like the art style and the color palette is so vintage. I love it. Okay, if you want, you can take a look at the screen. I will pop up a picture of this whole thing in frame, so you can take a look at that if you are interested. This is delightful. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's take a look up close. Let's see what we think of everything about it. Oh my gosh. The wood grain confetti. I mean, it's like blocks of, it's kind of line blocking, like linear confetti. Even the table, oh my gosh, I'm going cross-eyed just looking at this. I feel like that's what happens when you get things like wood grain textures and tons of detail. Ugh. Holy cow, this is so pretty. I guess I am cursed with wanting to work on really detailed kits that just have so much confetti. But the symbol clarity is good. The details are really coming through just at this like rendering printing on the canvas, and so it's gonna look even better with drills down, you guys. Her face, I love how Marigona Suli does. Characters, oh, there's a cat. Notice the cat at first. There's so much going on. There's so much I'm sure that I missed. All of these details. Oh my gosh. This is incredible. Oh man, this like wants to edge in over Clara and the Nutcracker. How do I decide? This is one of those, okay, so one of the reasons I love room style pieces like this one, like the ones that Aria Illustrations does, is because every time you complete a section that you work on, virtually every time, you're gonna have like a little object that's been completed, whether it's little picture frames or little books or a cat or a plate of cookies or the ornaments on this tree over here. Like there's just so much going on that it's like you get the satisfaction of a variety of different little finishes along the way, and it's not like you're just holding out to finish the whole thing to then be like, oh, now I completed like the subject that like the an object in the image. It's like, no, you get the more of a satisfaction of it like all throughout. Okay, yeah, we're at like almost 99 centimeters that way, and we're listed as 98.8. And then this way we're at about 70. So yes, big canvas, you guys, but oh my gosh, this is stunning. So stunning. I have so many of these like bigger room style pieces in my collection that are Christmas themed, and I'm feeling very like so many room pieces, so little time. Like, how do you decide? I need more hours in a day. I need Christmas season to last just a little bit longer. Color spread, yes, vintage Christmas all the way. I'm here for it. Let's open this up and take a look. Excuse me. I'm slowly but surely overcoming this cold bug that I had for weeks. I got to start on antibiotics over the weekend, finally, and I'm like, oh, finally feel a lot less like death. It's wonderful. Okay, so we have a little straggler pack here, a couple of packs of diamonds here. And you guys sent some positive vibes into the past for me packing this back up because it's a big, thick pack of diamonds. All right, so first things first, we are kicking off with 3 bags of our first special drill, which is Z3865. This is a fairy dust diamond. We've got that glimmery coating on the top, like someone just took a little brush of fine glittery mica powder and brushed it on the tops of these diamonds. So 3 big bags of this fairy dust color. And I feel like looking at this kit that I can imagine exactly where that's going to go, but we'll go through it together after we look at all these colors. Again, these are in not DMC order, but rather roughly in order of weight or amount of diamonds, which is handy if you're like me and you kit up into storage containers with multiple sizes of diamonds. It is useful to be able to kind of go in order, like grab my largest containers or start with my smallest containers and the smallest amount of diamonds. It's convenient. It's very practical. I see a delicious fairy dust color here that we have 2 bags of Z817. This, if you told me, like, picture a vintage red, it's this color. It's that just slightly muted cherry red. I love it. This fairy dust is gorgeous. I love that. And then like vintage green, like this is, that's it. It's a vintage Christmas vibes. Love these. And then just like classic red and green here. All right. So color palette wise, oh, these ones, it's like they printed it just slightly off. The numbers are going into the top border there. Oh, wait, here's our iridescent colors. So we have L741. Now, iridescent diamonds have a mirror backing, and that is going to cover up the symbol and help with this like crystal-like reflectiveness of these iridescent diamonds. This is a pale yellow color, and this particular type of special drill, iridescence, you don't tend to see a ton of them because they are so unique and have such a very distinct effect that there's really only very particular instances where that type of special drill works. And Diamond Art Club is very intentional about where and when they chart special drills like that. Here's our next fairy dust color, Z3855. This is like an ivory fairy dust, shimmery and pretty. And then we have an AB, which is, this one's like a pale peach, almost ivory color, AB945. And we have that iridescent coating on the top that's very, very sparkly, much more eye-catching than the fairy dust diamonds are. And then we have a beautiful dark green fairy dust, Z936. And again, the darker the fairy dust color, the more that shimmery coating really does come through. All right, and then, like, did we get to all the special drills? I don't actually, oh no, here's our next AB, AB3053. This is a really pretty muted olive AB color. Lots of extra sparkle. So compared to Clara and the Nutcracker, this definitely has more in the way of special drills. But because the color palette is so much brighter, oh, I think that just works. It makes sense. Purple. Where's the purple in this kit? And we are here with the last strand, just the colors we have the smallest amounts of here. And I've lost count. I don't know that we have any other special drills left. I think we may have gotten to all of them. But we shall see if I am surprised. You might be seeing some 6000s range colors go by. And those, again, there's like this one here. There's not a special drill coating on this one. It's only special in that shade of brown. Apparently does not exist in the DMC, but Diamond Art Club is using that color to help fill gaps in the DMC. So just like last time with the last kit, I'm going to take a moment to quickly look through and see where our special drills are going to go, and then I will be back. All right, this is A lot less straightforward than the other one. So buckle up, grab a cup of coffee. We're going to be here for a minute. All right. So first, are these cookies? Is this little train of cookies going off the table? Where's the original artwork? I'm really baffled. Actually, I'm like, wait, what is that? Yes, cookies, question mark. It's like they're making something with them. Or oranges. Are those dried orange slices? Maybe. Anyway, the centers of them, the white you see is going to be the white fairy dust color. That one we had 3 bags of. We're going to see a lot of that white fairy dust in this kit, and this is like the smallest amount of it. The size of the bowl over here, the light green color, is going to be the light green AB. There is a bit actually of the iridescent color. That light yellowish iridescent color is like going around the outside edges of these. I think they're dried orange slices. I'm really doubting myself now. Like this has got to be like a traditional Christmas craft or something of a sort. So feel free to let me know in the comments if you know for sure what it is. I welcome being educated on this one, you guys. The scissors here, we have that vintagey red fairy dust in the handles of these scissors. And then the outer lines of, glare. The outer lines of these red stripes are going to be that red fairy dust too in this table runner. So special drills in those two. The light green color in this this spot here, and then the lid, that light green is going to be the light green AB. It's also on the top of this lid, and those leaves as well. And then this Christmas tree right here, this cookie, has the dark green fairy dust making up most of it, and then there's some of that vintagey red fairy dust in the dark red in these cookies, and the dark red over here is that dark red fairy dust too. Hopping over here, we have in the center of this hanging ornament is that ivory fairy dust. And then we have some of the iridescent color kind of coming off of it. And then we have some of the vintagey red fairy dust in these ornaments that are hanging too. Okay, let's see. These candles in this wreath are made up of the vintagey red fairy dust, as are these bright red colors in the teapot. Is this like a coffee press? This red right here, and then the bright red stripes in her quilt and her blanket, that's all that vintagey red fairy dust color. We had a lot of it, and that's where we're seeing some of it really come into play here. The centers of the candle flames, the centers are made up of 2 of the ivory fairy dust, and then surrounded by that light yellow iridescent color. The presents underneath the tree, the bright red that you're seeing is going to be that red fairy dust color. The sweater on the dog is the red fairy dust color. And the center of this candle flame is that ivory fairy dust surrounded by the yellow iridescent color. These cute little dogs over here, the bright red that you see in this one sweater is the red fairy dust. And I'm checking to make sure I don't miss any of the green special drill in there. Not so far. Over here on this shelf, a lot of the bright red you're going to be seeing in the books, like here and here and here and here. That's the red fairy dust. We have a lot of that one. And then there's some of that light yellow iridescent right there. The fire is the lighter colors, the light yellow fairy dust color. And then we have the iridescent is the center of the flames. And then as we start to get higher up into this kit, you're going to notice that these white stripes on the walls, all these, the bright white lines, that is all going to be white fairy dust. This is where the bulk of the white fairy dust is going to be, is in the top half of this kit. Now, let me take a look. The garland hanging on the fireplace is dark green fairy dust with sprinkles of the red fairy dust in the middle. These hanging ornaments are the ivory fairy dust in the center, surrounded by the light yellow iridescent color. And then the ornaments on the tree, we have a lot of ornaments like with this color palette, like the moon, this sparkle, this sparkle. These all have the light ivory fairy dust in the center and are surrounded by the light yellow iridescent color. Did we really have that much of that iridescent color? We must have. We really must have. And then the bright red color as we go is also going to be red fairy dust. The white of the snow is white fairy dust. And, excuse me, This box over here, the dark green color is the dark green fairy dust color. And checking to see these candle flames are again that ivory fairy dust surrounded by the yellow iridescent. The white stripes on the walls, again, we have white fairy dust, as is the snow over there and the moon and everything. This cute shooting star is, I actually don't see any of the iridescent in this one, but the lightest color you see here and here and in the center is the ivory fairy dust color. And then the star at the top of the tree has a bunch of the ivory fairy dust in the center. In the hanging frames, the bright red you see is going to be the red fairy dust here and here. It's also sprinkled in the tree. And the bright red in the books over here is red fairy dust, and this cute train is red fairy dust. These little hanging lights here are that light yellow iridescent color. The white sprinkled in these picture frames is the white fairy dust. And then the string lights, each of the little lights hanging off is that light yellow iridescent color. So that was here. I was right on that one at least. And again, white fairy dust and all the white in the ceiling and in the stripes on the walls. Yeah, I think that gives you a pretty good idea. The mistletoe, the red is red fairy dust. You know, I'm really convinced that there are some special drills that I missed, but you can just call those a fun surprise. I just realized what one of them is though. That ivory or that light kind of peachy AB. Like, I don't know if I've talked about that one almost at all. I don't think actually that I did. Okay, that light peach, almost light ivory AB that we haven't talked about at all is this light color. And is this row of houses maybe? It's this light color in this picture. It's also the candles in the tree, like the actual candlestick, that light color, the line of it, all those candles is that particular light kind of peachy ivory AB color. It's like, I know I'm forgetting something. I just straight up ignored a whole special drill. This candle is that same AB color. Actually, this like ribbon in this gift is that AB color in that spot right there. Highly likely I missed some of that one elsewhere too. But like I always say, you can just call it a fun surprise if you're working on it and being like, oh, I didn't know there was going to be a special drill there. Because there's a lot. So yeah, this is stunning. This is Christmas Room by Marigona Suli. And like I said, this one I know it did sell out. You might have some luck finding it in a D-stash group if you were really wanting to hunt it down. And I wish you all the best of luck if that is the case. I'll have it linked below though if you want to add it to your wish list and sign up for back in stock notification email. Anyway, it can take me a minute to put this one away, so I'm gonna hop off camera for a moment. I'll be back with our last kit, which will be much smaller by comparison. I'll be right back. Last, but of course not least, we now have Cocoa Comfort by Madie Arts. So for a change, this one has round diamonds compared to the bigger square drill kits we looked at. This one is also going to be much more manageable size of 55.6 by 73.7 centimeters. And I don't know for sure. I haven't looked in a couple of days. This one might still be in stock. So either way, it'll be linked below. But yeah, round drills, if you're feeling like you need a round drill kit in your life in the busy holiday season, you've got that. We're looking at 52 colors, including 2 ABs and 3 fairy dusts, and around 54,000 diamonds in this one. So this one you can actually see where the sleeve did shift down a little bit when with the packaging. So yeah, I'm glad that I'm able to still open these up in such a way that I can keep the plastic wrap really on so that it's gonna keep that sleeve from sliding right off. Because that's what I would be most worried about when it comes to these kits, for sure. So let's take a look. It's so light compared to the other two. Toolkit, again, we're skipping over this one, you guys. We already looked at this. Go ahead and scroll back to the first kit if you missed it and want to see. And then let's take a look at our treasure quest card and all. A silver card. Oh, that's a fun little surprise. So you could tell this one has the silver overlay and the graphics are different on this one. It says silver on the back. So there you go. Colors wise, let's see what we're working with here. Here's the original artwork. It's also honestly giving vintage vibes. It's very, very cute. I like her art style a lot. I did a kit called Christmas Drink by Mrs. Butter D last year that has not totally similar, but it's kind of like a portrait style piece and it's real cute and stuff. So that's kind of what this one reminded me of a little bit. Okay, so we have our fairy dust colors at the end and our ABs. Overall, it's a nice color spread, but we'll see. I wonder how much color blocking there is in the background. Let's find out. There is just something about Madie Arts artwork that really does call to me, and I need to work on one from her. Diamond Art Club has only released a handful of kits from her so far. That's just so pretty. I love how she draws faces, and just the overall vibe of her artwork is so cozy and so pretty. I feel like it really suits the holidays especially. Look how cute that is. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let me just roll this backwards, give you guys a little bit better look. And then we'll look up close. Yeah, there's a good amount of color blocking in the background too. And even in some of the other areas. So this one would probably be a much less intimidating undertaking compared to the other two we've looked at in this video. Up close, let me show you. If you didn't know, round drills are actually slightly bigger than square drills are. Those are slightly similar symbols, you guys. We have a circle and then a diamond that are both white on a dark background. So just make sure you're paying attention to those. Sometimes they're right next to each other. I will say I feel like Diamond Art Club's printing is very, very clear. And so hopefully that's something that you'll really be able to tell the difference between. I recommend good lighting as far as overhead. You could even use a light pad, and sometimes that can help if you are worried about mixing up any symbols. But I do like the color blocking I'm seeing in this one. You even have some in her hair. So we can grab a multi-placer. You'll be able to move quickly through some of those areas. There is some confetti as well, but definitely in a way that I think is going to suit this artwork. Look at how good her face looks. Oh my gosh. It's so cute. You guys, I love all three of the kits we've looked at today. I wish that I had so much more time to diamond paint because I want to do all three of them. They're so happy. Ugh, I love it. It's not fair. I need more time. This is really, really, really cute. Very cozy. Measurement as always. I feel like it's nice to have a variety of options as far as having ones at different size points, having ones that have more confetti or more color blocking or squares versus rounds, because then you really can base what you work on and just sort of what you have the capacity to do. If you have a really busy holiday season, the idea of taking on a bigger project like the others just might feel like it's just too much. But then I look at ones like these and it's like, oh, this might feel a little bit less overwhelming. But anyway, we're true to size on this, of course. Let's look at our diamonds, see what our special drills are going to be. All right, pretty color spread. It's a little more like traditional Christmas colors, but still a little vintagey, I think. Now, round diamonds, especially with these dark colors, look at how much they twinkle and sparkle. There's something about how faceted they are that it seems like they just really, really catch the light and sparkle in like a twinkly way even more than squares do. Here we have our first special drill, which is an AB. We have AB 5200, kind of a classic white color AB. And we have that iridescent coating on the top that gives it just a lot of extra sparkle. So first special drill we're seeing in this kit. Oh yeah, you can really see the twinkle and especially the darker colors. So, but yes, round diamonds, like I started to mention earlier, they are a little bit bigger than squares. And so that can be nice to work with too. Here's our first fairy dust color. I don't know where I was going with that. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. Z3341. We have like a really pale orangey coral color, almost peachy. One of those kind of in-between colors. A little shimmery coating there. And our next, we have two fairy dust colors here back to back. We have Z813, which is a pretty pale blue color. And then Z3865. We have a white fairy dust. So we have a white AB and a white fairy dust color in this one. I wonder if they ever might be side by side. Sometimes you'll see that if there's like a pale yellow fairy dust and a pale yellow AB, or a white fairy dust and a white AB, both in a kit. Sometimes they'll do this really cool effect of putting them right next to each other, and the special drill coding the effects of the two of them can sometimes really play off each other in a really cool way. Here's our other AB color. I think this was the only other one, AB 321. We just have a bright cherry red. I guess not, it's like a deep cherry red. True red, really. And I think, yeah, that's it for special drills. We just have these colors we have the littlest amounts of here. That was a little speedier than the others. As far as where these special drills are going to go, yeah, let me take a quick look. I'll be back. Okay, so first things first, that pale blue fairy dust is going to be the lightest blue color that we have in these leaves here, as well as these sparkles. And you're going to see more of it when we get to the top. But for now, that's the only spot I see those. Now that really pretty kind of true red AB color is the light red color you see at the centers of these. Are they berries? Why am I blanking on what these are? Anyway, the centers of those. And then we have the white AB color is going to be the whitest, the like lightest white color that's in her hair. So her hair is going to have this really pretty sparkly AB effect all throughout it. And then we had that pale kind of peachy corally fairy dust color. That is going to be the slightly darker peach color in little gingerbread cookie here, as well as this accent color here and these little like ruffles here in her apron. And I also see that color over here, like in this leaf. It's like a peachy color, and it's in the leaves over here too. So a little bit of extra shimmer there. Did I miss any of those other special drills? Oh, the white in here, I think this is in the whipped cream, is the white AB. So lots of extra sparkle in there too. And let's see. The white fairy dust color is not next to the white AB. Instead, they have used the white fairy dust as the white color in her Santa hat. So all the white you see in here, it's going to be super shimmery, as well as the white right here is that white fairy dust color. Now, these cute little flowers here are white ABs, and those petals, these petals, these petals, that's white AB. And then that peachy corally fairy dust color is going to be the outline of her Santa hat over here too. It's also going to be in some of these sparkles in the background. Nice little extra sparkle effect. And then we have, again, these like, are they holly berries maybe? The centers of those are going to be that the true red AB color. It's also in these little berries over here. And then up in the top, we have the same kind of leaves and everything that we had at the bottom. So we have the light blue fairy dust and that light blue color, the light blue fairy dust in these sparkles, and that true red AB in the centers of those. So lots of really pretty special drills in this one. I love the special drill placement. I love we have some extra sparkle in her hair and in some different areas, like especially in the Santa hat, and then just a little bit of extra around the borders too. I think that'll elevate this one really nicely as well. So that is Cocoa Comfort by Madie Arts, and is definitely a more manageable, like scaled down size compared to the others. And it would just be probably an easier, faster finish if you're looking for something like that when it comes to your holiday diamond painting. So that's 3 for 3. Give me just one sec, don't go anywhere, and I'll be right back to wrap things up with you. Okay, so now it's decision time, and I feel like I am more torn now than I was before. I came into this really thinking that Clara and the Nutcracker was the one that I for sure wanted to work on this holiday season from these holiday releases, but I really, really loved a lot of the details I was seeing in Christmas Room, and there's something about the ease and speed that would go with working on Cocoa Comfort that also is really tempting. This artwork, I think I'm the most in love with. I just am going to have to take a look at it and go, do I feel like I am good with this, like these darker colors? But here's what always happens. I worry about that. I worried about that with Underworldly Romance by Chris the Bug. I worried about that with Dark Lilith. I worried about that with, what was another one that had a really dark color palette I did a few months back? I always am like, oh no, dark colors. And then every single time this year, I've worked on these kits with darker color palettes and I go, I don't know what's happening, but I'm loving working on this kit. The dark colors, I'm here for it. I love it. It's amazing. And it's not at all boring. And look at how beautiful this is coming to life. So I'm so inclined to think that that is still going to hold true in this case. And there's just something so whimsical and fantastical about this artwork that I'm truly in love with. I feel like I just want to look at these canvases off camera a little bit longer and decide. But I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. What would you be most interested in seeing me work on this holiday season? And also, really more importantly, did you grab anything from this Christmas drop, or did you put anything on your wish list? Are you going to be working on any of these kits this holiday season? I know I'm one that I only like to work on holiday kits when it's seasonal and timely, but you certainly don't have to. You can work on a Christmassy kit in April. You do whatever brings you joy. But for me, I'm trying to decide, what do I want to do for this holiday season here? Kit it up and start within the next week. But like I mentioned earlier, I'll have each of these linked below if you want to check them out. There are a lot of other Christmas releases from the big Christmas drop at DAC that are still available. Reminder that I have that 20% off discount code Katie20 if you want to save on your first purchase from Diamond Art Club. But yeah, let me know in the comments, what did you grab? What did you wish list? What are you going to work on? And subscribe, you guys, if you want to see more diamond painting videos from me, including progress on whichever one of these kits I decide to work on, or if I decide to just throw it all out the window and work on a different Christmas kit in my stash, because goodness knows I still have plenty from past year's releases. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed getting a look at these 3 kits from Diamond Art Club's Christmas release 2025. I know I enjoyed getting to share them with you. And yeah, hope you guys are doing very, very well. Have a day and a week that's as wonderful as you are. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.